Freedom of will. But who's to possess it? What is truth? And what is falsehood? What is the point of our Odyssey if its narrative is shaped by numerous homers? Forward. Always forward. Away. Away from prying eyes, the lights and wires. For this bleak, near colorless world, no art, no music to soothe us, inspire. Joy ripped from our souls like flesh ripped from our bones by infuriated hounds. Forward, always forward. Mankind never rests. It progresses to convenience, to efficiency, to rule and divide over what you thought was your own. Inspired by nature's greatest horrors, they proved themselves to be a worthy horror. Humanity received a gift of humanity, devoid of any humanity. Through land and water, they formed and perfected what was not theirs, but away from their prying eyes, under careful observation, away from the lights at the center of the stage, away from the greedy wires, yet always connected, moves a crimson stain, a countermeasure, like moth to a flame, to the masses, the movement, to gain freedom but to never be free. Inside. From the very beginning, it's obvious that Playdead aims for a similar dark vibe like in Limbo. This time, the game doesn't fully rely on 2D graphics, heavily employing 3D, a 2.5D game. Again, a side-scroller, but now even more cinematic. Our protagonist is way more dynamic than the Limbo boy. He constantly fights for balance, stumbles, and tries not to fall on his face. Physics of objects, vehicles, and other things gains a lot, thanks to the new art direction. Although some objects have misled me into thinking I can climb or move them, when in reality they were just for aesthetics. And when I say new art direction, of course I only refer to the addition of 3D graphics, because the general vibe and the atmosphere of the game is concerning lack of most colors, the slightly oniric feel, the graphical injection of the feelings of depression and oppression are still here. Playdead, by following Limbo with insight, has definitely cemented their signature style. The levels are nicely designed, with locations feeling more coherent. Of course, inside, just like Limbo, features a mix of natural and industrial environments, but here everything feels like one big location. You will visit forests, farms, labs, mines, factories, etc., with a special mention of new underwater levels. There are many dangers waiting to take your life, and the scenes can be quite brutal. Naturally, every level requires you to solve a puzzle, with some puzzles being part of action scenes, like in this one, where I'm chased by the dogs. Needless to say, this game, as well as its predecessor, features secret Easter eggs. In this case though, you unlock a secret location with a secret game ending, instead of a secret level with increased challenges. And the entry to that location is hidden quite well. The number of levels is increased in comparison to Limbo, but the game still doesn't take that much time to beat, especially if you have completed it previously. This is not a major issue given the quality over quantity factor. The story and the presented world typically for Playdead are enigmatic, but in comparison to Limbo, which simply didn't deliver enough clues, they are more fleshed out, thus providing more clues for enthusiasts of lore theories. Everything is obviously supported by climactic quality sound effects and a sort of music, which makes sure you are not only properly immersed, but also have an impression of feelings of despair, being lost, being endangered, being hounded, oppressed, depressed, uneasy. You get the idea. The game delivers the vibe. It's always difficult for a band to come up with a second-grade album, because how are we supposed to follow up on a very successful debut? The studio Playdead faced the same challenge that the band Guns N' Roses faced in early 1990s. Succeeded just like them, and sort of fell apart after that, with some people leaving. But don't worry, I won't bore you with any drama. The only important piece of information for us is that if you'd like to play this game on PC, you won't be able to purchase it on GOG.com. It means no DRM-free experience, and it happened because one founder of Playdead wanted to remove another one from the credits. For that you need to release a patch, and GOG.com usually doesn't enforce games updates, letting users choose to play the game without updating it for as long as they want. The conflict of interests is obvious. By the way, in my neck of the woods we say GOG instead of GOG. Fun fact. This video is not sponsored, by the way. Inside is naturally available in other game stores on PC. It's also available on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 with its successors, Xbox One along with its successors, Mac and iOS.